My name is Makanatsa Makonese. I am a human rights lawyer focusing specifically on women's rights and women's law. Since the adoption of the protocol, we have as a continent experienced significant success, but also a number of challenges in the implementation of the protocol. Across the continent, we have seen our governments introducing constitutional, legal, and policy, as well as institutional reforms in line with the commitments that they've made and the rights that are guaranteed in the protocol. We have examples of the Kenyan Constitution of 2010, as well as the Zimbabwean Constitution of 2013, where these constitutions have got very strong provisions on the protection of women and girls' rights, as well as gender equality. The constitutions and laws across the continent have criminalized violence against women. They've criminalized harmful practices such as female genital mutilation, child marriage, property grabbing, and widow inheritance, amongst others. We've also seen progressive jurisprudence that has come out of our national courts and regional courts to protect women and girls' rights. For example, in December 2019, the ECOWAS Court of Justice made a ruling to the effect that pregnant girls in Sierra Leone should not be banned from going to school because such a ban was in breach of the Maputo Protocol. In Zimbabwe in 2018, the Constitutional Court ruled that the age of marriage in the country was actually 18 years as provided for in the Constitution. And in 2022, the Constitutional Court also increased the age of sexual consent from 16 to 18 years in line with the provisions of a newly enacted marriage laws. Both the marriage law and the Constitution of Zimbabwe were heavily influenced by the provisions of the Maputo Protocol. We have also seen increased political participation and inclusion of women in decision-making positions across the continent. We all celebrate the election of Her Excellence Ellen Johnson Sirleaf as the first female elected head of state in Africa in 2006 in Liberia. We have also had many other female heads of state in Africa since then. For example, Her Excellency Joyce Banda of Malawi, Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassani of Tanzania, as well as Her Excellency Mrs. Sahle-Work Zewde of Ethiopia. We've also seen more and more women being appointed to key legal and judicial positions. I have in mind Honorable Justice Martha Koome, the first woman to be appointed as the Chief Justice of Kenya in 2021. Honorable Justice Anastasia Msosa, the first female to be appointed Chief Justice of Malawi. Honorable Justice Ntomenyi Majara, the first female to be appointed as Chief Justice of Lesotho. However, I also think that whilst we celebrate these phenomenal and groundbreaking achievements and recognition of women as leaders, we must also not lose sight of the fact that the majority of women are still found at the community level, and it is at this level that efforts must be made to promote women's socio-economic, cultural, and political rights. We have got challenges in the areas of harmful cultural practices, for example, especially if we're looking at issues such as child marriage, as well as issues such as female genital mutilation. We are looking at issues such as property grabbing. We see those areas not being fully implemented or achieved by the different countries. We also have challenges in the area of women, peace and security and the right to protection from armed conflict. We also need to address the issue of gender-based violence and other forms of violence against women generally, either in the home or in public spaces. There's also need to address the rights of women with disabilities, older women, and widows, amongst others, on the continent. The remaining 11 countries that have not ratified the protocol must be encouraged and persuaded to ratify so that all the women on the African continent, all the girls on the African continent can enjoy the benefits that come with the implementation of the provisions of the protocol. And the countries that have not ratified so far are Botswana, Burundi, Central African Republic, Chad, Egypt, Eritrea, Madagascar, Morocco, Niger, Somalia, and Sudan. And I believe if these 11 countries ratify the protocol, it will also send a strong message across the continent that our governments fully embrace the protocol and its provisions and are committed to the protection and promotion of women and girls' rights on the continent.